I interviewed a boy who was 16 years old who spoke to me about his drug experience, how it started, and then how he ended up almost being expelled from school and then decided to go to rehabilitation. And this is what he has to say about his experience.
When I was standing 4, my friend's parents were out, he walked out some booze and started drinking. Well, it progressively became more and more as we started getting a rush out of this kind of being older, kind of the new level of age. I don't know, we were kind of trying to fit in somehow. The fact that it was like a taboo thing for our age and it was considered an adult thing, we felt older. I was feeling like still insecure about like friends and how I fit into school. I still wasn't quite sure about certain things, and my parents were kind of in the background. My dad was living in Joburg. He was meant to come move down with us, but then he said no, he was just going to fix up this other house when it was just an excuse to stay up there away from us. So I had like angry feelings towards my dad for doing that. I started smoking weed because basically the reasons are because I kind of wanted to get away from society and like my feelings of anger towards my dad and that kind of thing. Yeah, because whenever I smoked, I just became happy and laughed and nothing mattered anymore. And then just carried on from then, and then like every second weekend became every weekend, became every second day, became every day. I remember I started getting interested in like the effects of THC, the chemical in dacha, and I started looking it up. And for every fact that I found saying it's bad for you, I found another one saying it's not bad for you. And then I started like convincing myself. I would start like, I wouldn't be objective. I'd start leaning towards the one side, only looking for the facts that say it's good for you. And I convinced myself that it was fine. And then I moved from weed to hashish, and then I moved from hashish and tried other things. And just because I kept it changed my whole outlook on everything. All I wanted to do was be able to convince myself that it was okay, because it was satisfying another need, and I was getting rid of the feelings that I had, like the bad feelings. Didn't have to feel insecure anymore, didn't have to feel sad anymore, didn't have to feel angry with my parents, didn't have to deal with problems, didn't have to do homework, because your whole attitude changes. Even when you know something, you still think, well, who cares? Everything changes. I stopped doing everything. I missed most lessons, stopped doing all sports, stopped playing my violin, stopped doing anything. My marks dropped hugely. I got like 34% for maths, down from about 88, and all my marks dropped. My sports stopped. I stopped playing sports. Just generally, laziness is the sign of someone taking drugs or smoking weed. And then the disciplinary committee recommended I be expelled. And then my sister and my dad kind of fought that, and they set up another disciplinary commission, and they said I should be expelled again. And then I was so angry. I thought, how can they expel me? How can they want me out of the school, after all I've done? So I went home and I took a knife and I cut my arm in like a few paces. I started cutting myself. And my sister Nicola, she went ape on me. She said, what the hell are you doing? You're stupid. And then she was the one who pushed me. She said, you must go to Kenilworth Clinic, you must go. And then Nicola had to leave. So it was basically my decision, and I thought, I don't want to live my life being an idiot anymore and doing stupid things. I must get my life on track now, because grade 9, there are bigger years coming up. So I set myself in. You want to talk about yourself and talk about, you got to evaluate yourself and evaluate your relationship with your husband and with your children very carefully, and you got to be honest with yourself. And I heard Megan saying something now that parents shouldn't say, don't do that. They should relate it back to themselves and talk about their feelings and their history with that kind of thing. That is exactly what should happen. That way you bring yourself across and you give it like a humane thing. It's not saying you're bad, it's saying, you bring yourself into it, which helps. So parents should reevaluate their relationships with their children, with their husband, with their spouses. They should basically try and improve their relationships. So it's the feelings behind why they start. Anger is a secondary emotion, so the anger is caused because of hurt or loneliness or something like that. So if your son is lonely or you can see something's hurt them, then you can expect them to get angry, and if that anger is bottled up, you can expect it to explode sometime or to take it out on themselves, some self-destructive way, like drinking, taking drugs, cutting themselves. That's another big thing I realized. A lot of people cut themselves. Self-mutilation is quite a big thing.